The inverse matrix can be used to solve systems of equations. And so the process is you have to convert the equations to matrices and then manipulate the equation to solve for the variables. So one thing that you need to know is that once you have a form that is in ax equals b, then to solve for this x, and a lot of times the x would be maybe finding variables x, y, z, lowercase, that could equal like your matrix x. To solve for that x, what you're going to actually do is take the inverse matrix A of both sides and know that a matrix times its inverse is known as the identity matrix, and the identity matrix times any matrix is just equal to that matrix. So whenever you want to determine what the variables are, you're looking at taking the A inverse matrix times B matrix. Now, when I'm talking about matrices, again, I'm really looking at converting equations to matrices and then solving those equations, such as the following. What is the matrices of these two equations? You're looking at the coefficients, and therefore it's going to be -2, 3, 5, and -1. And then that's your A matrix. Your X matrix is X, Y, and your B matrix is 24 and -10. Now, look why this works, because -2 times X, I'm going to do multiplication here, row by column. -2 times X, 5 times Y. 3x plus -y is equal to those two. So it does work in terms of going in reverse as well. Now that you have that, then what you're really going to find out is that your variables x, y in matrix form is equal to, and this is going to be matrix A inverse times matrix 24 -10. And then what you would do is plug that in your calculator, and then you could get what your x equals and what your y is equal to. And I'm going to do a calculator lesson right after this. So again, setting this up, you're looking at writing down the matrices in the correct order with the coefficients. Now, if there isn't a y term in here, you have to put a placeholder of 0. So because it's 0y, 0y, and this is -1 times z. 3, 2, and 1. Again, this matrix B is your x, y, z now. And your matrix B is the numbers on the right side. Again, row by column, row by column, row by column is going to give you what's up above it. So in order to find out your variables, your three variables, and that's why matrices are so popular in solving the system equation, as long as you have the same number of equations as variables, you can use matrices. And so you can do 3 by 3 or 4 by 4, 5 by 5, which really makes that problem a lot easier. So you just have to remember that you're taking the inverse matrix times the remaining matrix. And then at that point, you could solve for your x, your y, and your z. All right, that's a short lesson on how to solve using inverse matrices. And now I'm going to look at doing a calculator with these same numbers.